Hey guys, welcome to another edition of the Screen Team. We've got a full hour of movie reviews for you right here on KWOC. We got some good stuff coming at you later, but I want to let you guys know that this first half hour of the show kind of has a little bit of a theme to it. We are featuring strong women lead characters. Yeah, strong. Yes, exactly. Sabrina's flexing her muscles for it. We got Wonder Woman.
Flexing at least.
We got Wonder Woman a little bit later on in the show. We're also going to be reviewing The Girl on the Train with Emily Blunt. But first up is a movie called Winter's Bone. And Winter's Bone is probably one of the scariest movies I've ever seen. And it's not
it's
a
not
horror.
Even a scary movie.
It's not even a horror film. The movie stars Jennifer Lawrence, and this was the film that kind of shot Jennifer Lawrence on to everybody's radar. She was nominated for Best Actress for her performance in Winter's Bone, and you can see why, because she just does a phenomenal job. She is strong, to say the least.
Yeah.
Her character pretty much has to take care of her family. She has to take care of her mom.
Yeah.
Who is just kind of mentally unstable.
Yeah.
She's got to take care of her two younger siblings. One's
12 and 6 or
something like that. And her father is, who knows where her father's missing. And basically, she's got to find her father because her father has pretty much ransomed their home to the bail bondsman.
Right. And he skipped bail.
If he don't show up,
the state gets the house.
Yes.
Bail bonds people. I don't know. Somehow. I don't know.
Somebody gets the house.
Somebody gets the house
and
and
it
the
ain't
land.
them. It ain't them.
Yeah, and they get booted.
So that's pretty much the story. She's got a lot on her plate.
And it's not just anywhere in the world.
Where is it? Where's it located, Sabrina?
In the Ozarks.
It's right in our backyard.
Yeah, I think that's what scares you.
Well, we'll get into this, man. So, the film is located, like we said, in the Ozarks, in the, what do you call it? Like the backwoods?
The hills. They're hillbillies.
The hillbillies. And a lot of these...
modern hillbillies, I should say.
A lot of these folks are doing some underhanded kind of things.
They live by their own rules. There's no doubt about that. And they don't care for the law. They don't care what the law is. And there's a lot of crank cooking.
They're cooking the meth.
And there's a lot of territorial defense.
Yes.
In place. And families are all connected one way or another. Mm-hmm. And while they look out for each other, they also will put each other in their place.
That's very, very true. And you see that kind of midway through the
film. That's a strong element of this movie, because that is what gives you that creep factor, in that you get a very good a view of what it's like to live away from a downtown suburban city. Like so many places, everybody thinks all the bad stuff happens in the hood,
right?
And this is the hillbilly hood.
Yeah, man, I've lived in big city for 20 years of my life, my younger years, and that doesn't scare me as much as
as this did.
And it's funny, this is the second time we saw this film.
Yeah,
we watched it again to review it for you guys, but the first time we saw it. Like a day or two later, we have to go to the Ozarks area. We're looking for somebody's house to do a project with somebody. We were having a hard time finding it, so I pull up to some dude's house, and it was
he all but had a shotgun in his arms.
It was
when
like
he walked out on the porch.
Something out of Winter's Bone. I'm like,
didn't he say? You sure you're at the right place?
What you doing here, boy? And I'm like, oh, I'm looking for so-and-so. He's down the road. I'm like, okay, I'm out. Goodbye. See you later. Don't hurt me. So with all this comedy aside, Sabrina, what do you think of Winter's Bone?
Oh, I like the movie, and it was not a movie I can recall being excited to watch, because a lot of times this stuff just doesn't grab my attention. Mm-hmm. In previews and stuff, and the storyline, it doesn't get me hook, line, and sinker right away. But watching the movie reels you in really fast, and it's not a fast-paced movie.
Not at all.
But it feels like you're like this, just all bound up in knots the entire time you're watching it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because you're anxious about what's going to happen to her and those kids.
Right.
And she's only 17 herself. And
And
you know, she tries to go into she's like tries to find out about going in the army. Well, she can't without her parents' consent. Dad's missing still.
Yeah.
You know, got the law and the bail bondsman showing up at her house and questioning her while the neighbors are standing outside their truck just off the property line, making sure she don't say the wrong thing.
Yeah, and she
feels threatened by everything and everybody,
Exactly.
and yet at the same time, she's out showing those kids how to squirrel hunt in case something happens to her, so they can eat.
Yeah. And she's got to go to basically the godfather of the Ozarks to try to find her dad, and he doesn't want nothing to do with it.
Nope.
Not at all, man.
And then his wife and the women folk decide to take her matter into their own hands, and they whoop her butt.
Yeah.
Because she won't quit asking questions.
And what I think is great about this movie, you know, we kid about it in the beginning, but it kind of shows that to have something be scary or something be frightful, you don't have to have the boogeyman in your movie.
Right.
Even though there are elements of that in this film, it's not packaged as that.
Right.
So you don't have to have that for something to be
It is a
truly
very
scary.
suspenseful movie in a different way than you would expect you don't label it a suspenseful movie. It's not a
Right.
suspense thriller. To my knowledge, that's not how it's labeled. I mean, it's just drama.
Right.
But it's intense.
Yeah.
And you're just convinced that the way they lead you through this movie, you're not going to get the resolution you expect because you're doubting everything you think as you go through. There's no way this is what's going to happen next. Oh man, I can't even imagine, because it's not a normal storyline.
Yeah.
And so I like it, and I like the way it delivers, and I like what it delivers.
To find out what happens next, you got to rent Winter's Bone, starring Jennifer Lawrence. Sabrina's going to join us a little bit later on in the show. We're going to be reviewing The Cutting Edge. That's going to be exciting, so tune in a little bit later on this hour. But we got Laura Butler coming in next. We're going to be reviewing The Girl on the Train. It's next on...
Hey.
What?
Toe pick.
That's next on KWOC.